I present you the top 10 winter activities in Switzerland for the year 2025. The cold season is certainly very fun to experience in Switzerland, especially when there's a lot of snow up in the Alps. I've traveled across the country for the past 5 years, often going the extra mile to find about the best things you can do during winter. In this video, I'm not only going to show you the best places, but also sharing the most important information you need to be aware of to best enjoy your winter holidays. Let's get started. Number 10 would be famous Engelberg. Before uncovering new places that you have not heard of yet, let's start with a famous attraction. This would be the Mount Titlis in Engelberg. The best of winter for beginners all in one place. This is what you can find in here. You will have to drive to Engelberg and then take 3 cabin rides to access the summit of Mount Titlis on over 3,000 meters above sea level. The ride is quite scenic and takes roughly 40 minutes. Especially the uppermost gondola is quite interesting, as that one is a rotating one. When you've arrived up on the summit, you may enjoy a breathtaking panorama over the snow mountains of the Swiss Alps. There's usually a very good amount of snow up on that altitude, which makes it pretty safe for you to experience the true winter feeling, even if it should be too warm during that season. Besides the breathtaking view over the Alps, you may also go for a short walk on this shaky bridge, which is quite thrilling, especially for people who have never been this high up in the mountains. Further down at Trübsee, you may go for a fun activity. That one is called snow tubing. It's basically the easier version of sledding. Just sit down and let yourself go while sliding downhill. The slope is not steep at all, just nice enough to have a gentle, thrilling feeling. Super fun. Alita and I, we've done it for over 10 times. It's also a great attraction for families with kids. Number 9 would be the many light shows you can experience in Switzerland during January. Winter is the season of short daylight and long nights. This makes it perfect for hosting light festivals all over the country. During January, you can get various light festivals across Switzerland. For example, the LiLu held in Lucerne that turns the old city basically into a night museum. Various churches and landmarks are being lit up with different motifs. You can even stand in front of one of the churches and alter the projection by standing in front of the cameras. That, I do have to say, is super cool. There are also beautiful light shows inside the buildings, especially at the interior of the Jesuit church. That's just the most famous light festival, but there are more. Visit the enchanted forest called Zauberwald, Lenzerheide. Very contrasting to Lucerne, you'll be experiencing your perfect Winter Wonderland fairy tale inside a forest full of sculptures and magical lightings. The Zauberwald is quite popular, thus make sure to secure your tickets online prior to traveling there. Only held on 3 days, you can enjoy the Light Festival in Murten, the town that has been voted the most beautiful Swiss village in 2024. The festival is even a lot bigger than the LiLu, as the entire city will be lit up. There are numerous performances, you can even have fun in neon and black light discos and more. While the LiLu is free, light festivals at Lenzerheide and Murten require you to purchase tickets. And because it's winter, the most wonderful time of the year, with number 8 we're changing to the most beautiful Christmas markets of Switzerland. Of course, when it's winter, one of the first things we think about is Christmas season. Switzerland is a true Christmas winter wonderland. There are numerous Christmas markets all over the country. Whether in the bigger cities, smaller villages and towns, up in the Alps or by the lake, you'll find them everywhere. Christmas season is certainly a big highlight to experience here in Switzerland. The cities, villages and towns will be decorated with beautiful lights. There are numerous stalls with artisan products and traditional dishes typical for this season. These, for example, would involve raclette, fondue, crepe, glühwein or Baumsträtzli. Besides the beautiful lightings and many decorated stalls, there are also unique performances everywhere, marches of Trichlo, ferries roaming around, St. Nicholas mingling among the visitors, artisans doing spectacular shows, or then there are also cute things like the fairy tale tram in Zurich. Most importantly, what never may be missing on any Christmas market are the carols. Now, where to find some of the best Christmas markets? For example, all around Zurich or in Basel, as well as in Montreux, you can visit really a lot of beautiful ones. By the way, I made a top 10 Christmas market video should you want to know about the best ones you can visit in Switzerland. Number 7 is a place I'm pretty sure all of you know, and that would be the magical Lauterbrunnen Valley. This is certainly one of the most unique landscapes in all of Switzerland. The Lauterbrunnen Valley is the valley of 72 waterfalls, or maybe rather 72 frozen waterfalls during winter season. It's not as super busy as during summer, which might make your visit a lot more tranquil. If you're lucky, the village of Lauterbrunnen is blessed with a lot of snow, then it's going to appear very magically. There's a lot more to experience in this valley. You can head up to Mürren, one of the most beautiful villages of Switzerland. In particular, this valley here is very charming when the village is covered with loads of snow. And in the background you can also see Mount Aigo. At Mürren you also may take the funicular up to the Almendhubel and go for an easy sledding. That one is super cool, especially the latter part, I really love it. Further up there's the Schilthorn, the location where James Bond and Her Majesty's Secret Service has been recorded. The panorama on that summit is absolutely stunning. You will get a perfect view over the mountains of Aigo, Mönch and Jungfrau, as well as the other summits of the Swiss Alps. An absolutely unforgettable experience is to dine at the revolving restaurant, just like James Bond did back then. Make sure you spend quite some time up there to have a full rotation. Number 6 is the hidden gem on this top 10 list, and that would be wonderful Champex-Lac. Okay, I have to be honest, I did record this on a snowy day in late November. It was still autumn, but you may get pretty much the same impression of how beautiful this place is going to be during winter season. Champex-Lac is a village located in Western Valais up on 1,500 meters. This place is quite snowsure, which is great as the forest and the village appear especially beautiful when they are covered with snow. Really a must is to go for a short easy walk around the lake. It's going to take roughly 30 to 60 minutes, depending on how often you stop for taking photos or for having a seat to immerse yourself into this wonderful environment. My favorite sites are the southern and western shore of the lake, as the view from there is the most beautiful. Up to this day, Champex-Lac is a rather hidden gem within Switzerland. I really hope it's going to remain like that. With number 5 moving to the upper half of this top 10 list of the best things you can do here in Switzerland during winter, that would be taking a train ride on the Matterhorn Gotthard Bahn. I know everyone is talking about the famous Glacier Express that operates twice a day. There is also the Matterhorn Gotthard Bahn. It uses the same track but operates hourly, and in addition to that, it's quite cheaper. Yes, it's just a normal train, no giant windows, no fancy seats, no restaurant, instead just taking you from A to B, and what's best, you can still open the windows. At least it's going to be the case until 2029. It's actually being discussed a lot in here, so I really hope that they will consider that to be possible even beyond this date. I suggest to take the train from Andermatt to Goms. The first part to Realp is very pristine, scenic, then the next 20 to 25 minutes will be within a tunnel, but then you enter the valley of Goms that is known for its many beautiful villages. It kind of does not really matter too much at which village you're exactly getting out, as each of them is really unique. To give you an idea what villages you may want to explore, here's my suggestion. Ulrichen, it's a town full of pristine Stahlhouses. Then Münster, that's the largest town with a stunning church and really a lot of eye-catching houses. Then there's also Biel, not to be confused with more famous Biel of the canton of Bern, or Reckringen, the town with one of Switzerland's prettiest alleys. Thank you very much, Leon, for pointing that out. This is certainly quite a bit of a different kind of activity, but let's say it like this, that is going to make you quite Swiss. With number 4 we're going to load full action, and that would be the light ride at Lenzerheide. And here it is again, another attraction for during the night. This is Mario Kart real life. The Rainbow Boulevard, for once not out in space, but instead in a beautiful Winter Wonderland forest. In order to come here, you need to be aware that this attraction has become very popular. Because of that, it requires you to pre-book your tickets to guarantee your visit. If you got your own sledge, make sure to bring it along, as otherwise you'll need to rent one here, and that's going to cost you extra. Also bring warm clothes, good winter boots, and certainly never ever consider wearing your ski boots. That's a really bad idea. The light ride is open from January to mid-March and it starts at 6 p.m. We'll start by taking this cabin up, and then the first part will be quite dark. Yes, the reality is that the light ride is only at the lower part of the entire toboggan run. After roughly 10 to 15 minutes you'll arrive at the start. After having started, you may not only want to think about being the fastest, but also of how to best complete this run, as certain things will give you some extra points and some even give you bonus time. So remember, being the first is not necessarily equal to being the best. It's really beautifully done. My favorite part are these colorful rings here towards the end, as well as the final descent. You may check your ride summary by accessing your email that you used for booking. Some more important facts: the light ride is only open on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Your ticket includes unlimited rides. I don't think 3 runs are generally enough, as you'll see, the more people have been sledding, the bumpier the lane becomes. We're now moving up to the podium of the top 10 things you can do here in Switzerland during winter. Number 3 is world famous Zermatt. I know this place is many times in this list, but hey, I got to show you a lot more with every time I spent up there. Zermatt is certainly a place of one kind. Beautiful winter village with one of the world's most famous mountains in the background. That's the iconic Matterhorn that has been one of Switzerland's most popular photo subjects since decades. Zermatt is a car-free village which creates a very relaxing atmosphere up there. Make sure to explore the village. It's considered being one of the most beautiful towns of Switzerland. The numerous beautiful old houses to see in Zermatt. By the way, I got a geographic map where you can see some of the best photo spots around the village and all the locations I've filmed at in Switzerland. You may purchase it by accessing the link in the descriptions. The best things to do in Zermatt are heading up to the summits to enjoy breathtaking panoramas over the Swiss Alps and the Matterhorn. The most famous viewpoint is up on the Gotthard. To access this place, you'll have to take this very scenic train ride. On your way up, you can see the Matterhorn from various different angles, so make sure to open up the window once in a while, but please do that with moderation, because otherwise you're going to annoy people, and I've really experienced that when some tourists were like non-stop opening the windows and yeah, just leaning outside all the time. Like, the locals are not very much pleased by that. And once you arrive up on the ridge, you'll be rewarded with this breathtaking vista. The Rothorn is another summit to access. In my opinion, in there you get the most beautiful appearance of the Matterhorn. You may also head up to the Kleinmatterhorn, that's Europe's highest alpine station on 3,890 meters. Besides enjoying a perfect 360 degrees panorama, not forget to go to the Glacier Paradise that is included in your ticket. We're not done yet. Zermatt is also amazing for skiing. That's probably even more exciting than a train ride, as you get to see the Matterhorn from pretty much every angle. Furthermore, skiing also allows you to easily access restaurants with beautiful views, my favorite ones being at Schilthorn, at Paradise and Alpita. There are numerous hotels up in Zermatt, affordable and expensive ones. Depending on your budget and how important it is to you to enjoy wellnessing, then I can recommend you to go to the Hotel Christiania, the Hotel Sonne with a super cool whirlpool, the Beau Rivage, and then of course there are a lot more. Also make sure to explore Zermatt during the night. In December and January you have these beautiful Christmas lightings on, and then also consider dining once in a while outside of your hotel. My favorite restaurants being Walliser Hof, Elsie's Wine and Champagne Bar, Walliser Kanne and the Swiss Chalet. Zermatt is certainly a great place, very fun for in winter, but make sure to plan accordingly as a visit to this place is not cheap. Number 2, again a lot of action, and that would be the tobogganing park in Lezin. I've been wanting to do this since quite a while. Finally, Leon and I managed to visit the town of Lezin, try out this very fun activity. For those who find sledding too difficult, snow tubing is probably the right activity to start with. It's safe, super easy and fun. Although I have to say I was initially quite scared and only dared to try out the easiest run. Now in total 8 runs you can go for, usually the smaller number the easier it is. I shortly noticed though that all of them are pretty easy, just some of them they run a little bit faster. Runs number 1 and 2 are super easy, definitely good to start with. Once you're good with those, I suggest you to go to number 3. You'll be entering a beautiful ice tunnel, super cool, and then you'll be ready to take the steeper rides of number 4 to 7. They're basically the same as number 1s and 2, just the decline is steeper. And if you prefer doing things in a group, then numbers 3 and 8, they're very fun. There are also difficult rides, number 9 and 10, a looping and a ramp. Too hard for me. Important facts: visits at the toboggan run in Lezin are limited to 2 hours, thus make sure to use your time well. You can have drinks and snacks before or after your visit. Also, when your slot starts, even if you're too late, then the clock has already started to run. Thus, I highly advise you to come here at least 15 minutes before your scheduled visit begins. And now I'm pretty sure you all know what's going to come. Before I'm revealing to you the number 1 best place in this top 10 list, here are a few top honorable mentions. The toboggan run in Bergün, Verbier-Montfort, Saas-Fee, the village of Bergün itself, and the Grindelwald First with its cliff walk. And now the number 1 on this top 10 list for the year 2025 would be the amazing bridge at Glacier 3000. Meanwhile, quite popular on social media, I feel this place definitely ranks first well. There are many bridges all around Switzerland that are amazing to walk on, but the one at Glacier 3000 is different as it connects 2 summits. We'll have to drive up to Les Diablerets, heading to the Col du Pion, a pass road that is open all year, connecting the cantons of Vaud and Bern. At Pion, you may take the gondola heading up to Glacier 3000. In a short time, it will ascend quite a hop to 2,971 meters above sea level. You then will need to take a few stairs until you reach the bridge, and here you probably will notice that climbing the stairs in this altitude is a little bit more tiring than in daily life. This is because the air up there is a lot thinner. Having arrived on the bridge, you will oversee the entire landscape with the Rhone Valley, Lake Geneva, the Swiss, French and Italian Alps. To summarize, from Glacier 3000 you have an absolutely stunning panorama. Because the attraction is very popular, I suggest you to come here during the week, so on Saturdays and Sundays you'll have a lot of skiers and locals who come up there. All in all, fantastic attraction that's open during all year, but certainly during winter with all the snow, Glacier 3000 is extra magical. So many great things you can do here in Switzerland. Now if you want to know where to go for the best Christmas markets, then I'm going to see you over there. And otherwise, if you're interested in something else, well, then let's meet in this video.